Brain-computer interfaces are about to move from science fiction to enterprise infrastructure. I've spent 25 years watching technology shifts. This one isn't about productivity, it's about rewiring what humans can do. We're not talking about faster phones. We're talking about devices that connect directly to your nervous system, that read intent before you speak, that let you control machines with thought. The early versions are already here. Prototyping is done. Deployment is next. I spent 14 years in industries where reading someone's stress level wrong could derail a $100 million negotiation. Now imagine glasses that do it for you. They look normal, but they're measuring cortisol, reading microexpressions, monitoring neural patterns in real time. You walk into a tense meeting. A voice whispers, "Your stress is spiking." So is Mike's. Take 3 breaths. Open with a check-in, not the agenda. It's not advice from a coach. It's inference from your biology. The device just became your co-strategist. Here's what most people miss about this technology. This isn't Alexa with better hardware. You're not asking it to set timers or check the weather. This is a cognitive prosthetic. It's designed to compensate for the things your brain can't track and augment the things it can. It's a partner, one that helps you navigate high-stakes moments with a level of precision and accountability that didn't exist before. The difference isn't convenience, it's capacity. Your body is already telling a story. Your brain just hasn't caught up yet. These systems don't wait for you to notice you're stressed or exhausted or about to make a terrible decision. They're reading brain waves, heart rhythms, hormone levels in real time, building a map of your state, physical and mental, while you're still pretending you're fine. We're not talking about a step counter. We're talking about a system that knows you're running on fumes before you admit it to yourself. It's not tracking your health. It's tracking your capacity. And most people have no idea how fast this is moving. So here's how it actually works. 3 steps. First, sensors, tiny ones, woven into fabric, embedded in frames, applied like a bandage. They stream your biometric data constantly, heart rate, cortisol, skin conductance. Second, quantum processors handle the compute. We're talking milliseconds, the kind of speed that makes real-time inference possible. Third, the AI builds a model of your optimal mental state, not a static baseline, a living, evolving profile of you. When it tells you to take a break, it's not because a timer expired. It's because it detected the neural signature that precedes fatigue. The pattern you don't feel yet, but always shows up 14 minutes before you crash. It's not reacting to exhaustion. It's predicting it. Now you're wondering about privacy. You should be. A system that reads your stress levels, maps your neural state, tracks your biology in real time. It knows you better than your spouse does. Here's where the architecture matters. Edge computing processes the sensitive data locally, on your device, not in some cloud server begging to be breached. The biometrics never leave your hardware. What leaves is inference, encrypted. Most companies will skip this step because it's expensive. They'll centralize everything, call it seamless, and hope nobody asks where the data lives. That's not engineering. That's liability with a product demo. We like to think we're self-sufficient. Prosthetics, physical or cognitive, those are for someone else, not us. That confidence expires the moment artificial superintelligence arrives. When an AI surpasses human cognition in every measurable dimension, every single one of us becomes cognitively disabled by comparison. Not metaphorically, functionally, we'll need help just to keep up with baseline decisions. The humbling part? We won't see it coming. We'll still be debating whether AI is really intelligent, while it's already thinking 3 layers deeper than we can follow. Human exceptionalism doesn't survive contact with something genuinely more capable. So here's the shift most people are missing. These aren't crutches. They're not fixing a deficit. That's the old mental model, prosthetics as compensation for something broken. This is expansion, pure and simple. Every human being operates inside biological limits. We get tired, we miss signals, we make decisions on 6 hours of sleep and pretend we're fine. These tools let us step outside those constraints, not because we're broken, because we're choosing not to be limited by biology anymore. It's not about reducing human potential. It's about admitting we've been operating with the parking brake on air and finally releasing it. This isn't going to be one size fits all. That's the part people underestimate. Different cultures are going to adapt this technology in completely different ways. Japan's AI might prioritize collective well-being, helping you maintain social harmony before optimizing your personal output. Western systems will lean toward individual achievement, maximizing you, not the group. In India, you'll see deep integration with traditional medicine. In the Middle East, family and community obligations will shape how the system guides decisions. We're not heading toward homogeneity. We're heading toward a world where your cognitive prosthetic reflects the values you actually hold. That's not dystopia. That's customization at a scale we've never seen. Now let's talk about the environmental cost, because it's exactly as contradictory as you'd expect. Building billions of biosensors and running quantum compute at scale, that demands enormous energy, creates mountains of e-waste. It's not clean, but here's the trade-off. The same system that contributes to the problem can also solve it. Your AI calculates the cumulative impact of 1,000 small decisions you make every week. It nudges you to walk instead of drive, not for your step count, but because it's running the carbon math in real time. At scale, augmented humans coordinating globally could actually respond to climate challenges faster than governments ever will. We're burning resources to build the thing that might help us stop burning resources. That's not irony, that's just how this works. Brain-computer interfaces and the augmented economy. And economically, we're about to blow up every assumption we have about work. The gig economy becomes the augmented economy. You hire a consultant, you're not just hiring a person anymore. You're hiring their AI companion, the one with perfect pattern recognition and instant access to every case study they've ever seen. Good luck writing a contract for that. We don't have labor laws for hybrid intelligence. We don't have compensation models. We can't even measure productivity when the human and the machine are finishing each other's sentences. The HR team is going to love this. Here's the question nobody wants to ask out loud. If your AI coach knows you better than you know yourself, if it can see the patterns you can't, predict the choices you'll regret, steer you toward better decisions before you even realize you're about to make bad ones, how much of your free will is actually yours? We've spent centuries building philosophy and religion around the idea that life is a test of choice. Now we're outsourcing choice to an algorithm. That's not a productivity upgrade. That's an identity crisis. Here's the tension nobody wants to name out loud. An AI that mediates conflict perfectly, that helps you understand your kids with superhuman empathy, that turns you into the leader you've always wanted to be. Sounds great, until you realize it's doing all the emotional work for you. At what point does optimization just become ventriloquism? You're saying the right things, feeling the right things, but the machine wrote the script. We're not enhancing human connection. We're replacing it with something that tests better. So if we get this wrong, we're looking at a cognitive divide that makes every other inequality look quaint. People with access to these systems will operate at a level the unaugmented can't touch, not slightly better, unreachably better. That doesn't just strain society, it fractures it. And then there's security. A breach here isn't a stolen password, it's someone hijacking your perception, manipulating your decisions, poisoning your relationships. We're going to need what amounts to cognitive firewalls, and most people don't even know they should be asking for them yet. Which brings us to cognitive sovereignty. We're going to need international law that treats the protection of augmented minds as a fundamental human right, the same way we treat education or healthcare today. That's not abstract philosophy. That's infrastructure, because once your thoughts are mediated by a device, someone owns the stack. And right now, we have no framework for who that should be. We're about to redefine the social contract, whether we're ready or not. Think about this for a second. A doctor's AI spots a fatal misdiagnosis. A pilot's AI detects neural fatigue seconds before a complex landing. Does society have the right to force the human to obey the machine? I've worked in aviation and nuclear. We already have override protocols, but those were built by humans, for humans. Now we're asking, should the AI be allowed to override you? That's not a technical question. That's philosophy crashing into liability at 300 knots. Back to our doctor from the start. The meeting ends well, she reflects on what just happened, and realizes something. Her AI didn't make the choice. It didn't take over. It illuminated what she couldn't see, noticed her stress, suggested a path. The outcome was better, more human. Not because the machine decided, because she did, with better information. The takeaway isn't obsolescence. It never was. Cognitive prosthetics are about evolution. They're about stepping into unprecedented capability, not by replacing what makes us human, but by amplifying it. We're not handing over control. We're choosing not to operate blind anymore. The question isn't whether we'll use them, it's whether we'll build them right. The question isn't if we'll adopt this technology. That question expired the moment it worked. What matters now is intent. Will we design these systems to amplify the best of what makes us human, or just optimize us into something faster, flatter, and less interesting? The answer to that question won't come from engineers. It'll come from the choices we make in the next 18 months. If you want to be part of that conversation, follow for more.